Welcome back to Radio Row here on talkSPORT 2, bringing you all of the big name guests this week as we're building up to Super Bowl 59. The Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. A pleasure to say we've had a host of big name guests, but next up, a two-time Super Bowl champion, a man who's seen the Patriots dynasty in and out. Mr. Brandon Bolden joins us on talkSPORT. Brandon, thank you so much for joining me. How are you, my man? You enjoying yourself?
Oh, I'm good. Well, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun here.
Look, we know you're from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, only an hour drive or so away. How special is it to be here in New Orleans, a Super Bowl week like this? What's it like?
Oh, it's different, definitely different. I've been in a couple. Second time actually just coming out and enjoying the festivities, and with it being right down the road from home, definitely had to come show my face. Seeing a lot of old friends, old teammates, old coaches, a lot of relationships I've made over my career, seeing them all over again. This has been awesome.
Tell us a little bit about, we speak to a lot of people who've won a Super Bowl, but that experience, that elation at, when the confetti rains down, that you've got the Vince Lombardi trophy in your hands, that the season's come to an end. What is that moment like for you as a player, that culmination, all that emotion, I imagine? Oh,
it's just all that hard work you put in the entire season. Some teams start in March, some teams really kick it up in April. But think about from that point all the way till February, everything you worked for, all those sweat, all those workouts, all those early wake-ups, those late days, all that kind of just all comes at you right at the end of that, like in that rain of confetti. And I've been on both sides because I lost one too. And I had teammates on the other team, and I had to go talk to them. So I've been in their confetti, just having a good time. But, I've been on both sides. So it's one thing to win it. It's one thing to win it again. And if the Chiefs can go out there and make it a three-peat, I mean, they're kind of making their own dynasty there.
And that's what I wanted to move on to and to ask you about. We've seen that the fact that they can make NFL history with a potential three-peat and what Patrick Mahomes is doing for his legacy and Andy Reid as well. Do you see similarities between what the Patriots were able to do and this Kansas City Chiefs team, or do you feel like they're both being run quite differently? Bill Belichick and the reputation that he had. What is your take?
I definitely say it's two different tales, but there is a lot of similarities. But I know Andy Reid, he's not running the team how Bill ran the team, and that's not to knock on him because they've been very successful doing it his way. So I think it is two different things, but I'm excited for them to go out and go for it. I hope they do get it. It would be awesome to see them do history like that. And there's another part of me that was like, well, don't want the Chiefs to win anything. Go Eagles. But, it would be kind of cool either way it will go. It's a very historic game. This will be a historic moment come Sunday for many reasons. And so I think it would be a good thing to tune into.
I know that them winning a three-peat, but in NFL it makes NFL history. But do you potentially look at it and think, are they then the best team to ever, be in the NFL? Does it make them the best, or do you look at it and think, well, actually, no, these Patriots teams, what they were able to do, do you see a comparison potentially, or do you think it's different?
I still think it's different, just because when the Patriots were on their dynasty run, the league was ran in a totally different way, opposed to how the Chiefs are doing it now. The Chiefs are winning their way. The Patriots won the old way. And so I think it's a real difference between the two. And like I said, they're putting their own footing, writing their own story. So, no, I don't think it's close to what the Patriots have done.
Got to ask you about Bill Belichick, going back in, and to many people's surprise, not in the NFL, but going to college, to UNC. Did that take you by surprise? Because it took many by surprise.
I was shocked. I texted him. I was like, is this real? Are you serious right now? And he's like, yeah. Well, congrats, Coach. I wish you the best of luck. But, yeah, I'm scared for the kids.
Really?
I want to be there when he goes on to, the house visits. I just want to be in the room, just to hear what he's going to say. Because if I hear anything nice come out of his mouth, like, oh, we're going to take care of your son, I'm like, he's lying. He's going to run your son into the ground. But it makes you such a better player. And he's so smart, how he picks up on things, how he kind of teaches you how to go about football, how you should be studying film. You learn so much from him. As me being a young player at the age of 22, and I played for Bill until I was 32. I played for Bill for 10 years and learned more football I did all the way up to high school, And so I'm scared for the kids, but I'm also excited to see the products, the products of men he's going to be putting out if he, gets to have these kids for however long he needs.
I mean, that's the thing. Can you imagine him sitting on, a 5-star recruits, even on his uncle's sofa, and Bill's there, and he's saying, trying to do this pitch, because surely the pitch is, I will make your son so much better. Right. He will become a star. I mean, but can you imagine him, sipping a cup of coffee and trying to do all of that?
I can't see him having like a real personable conversation, but at the same time, Bill's a really chill guy. You got to get to know him a little bit. You crack a little jokes. Me and him used to cuss each other out all the time on the field. And it was real like lighthearted. He actually did a podcast with Matt Patricia not too long ago. He was telling the story about when we were playing in Miami. We was getting ready, and he was like, "Yeah, they said it's like 0 chance of rain." I played in Miami. It was like, "Yo, 0 chance of rain in January? You serious?" No, it's definitely. He's like, "No, they said there's no rain in sight. It's not gonna rain." I was like, "Okay, whatever." We go out there and it's dry. Then at halftime, the clouds come. In third quarter, it just starts pouring down, and it's like he's putting on the rain jacket. And I'm walking by him. I was like, 0 chance, huh? That's what you said, 0 chance. There we go. And I just walked off. We just sat there and laughed about it, and but he's a great guy. Like I said, you're gonna learn so much from him. But him just sitting there promising that your child is going to have a great education and we're going to make sure they'll be good and take care of his family and all that, yeah, I just can't see that one.
I wanted to ask you about your former teammate as well, who's gone into a new venture this season. Obviously, Tom Brady going to be calling the game for Fox in the booth. What have you made of him on the broadcast? It seems like throughout the season he's just got better and better as it's gone. What have you made of Tom's performance so far?
That's Tom Brady for you. He was trying something new. I know Tom, after that first time he was on TV, he had index cards of all the things he didn't like about it, and he studied that. So then every game he did after that, he just got better and better and better and better. And now, here we go, he's going into the Super Bowl. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to have my phone on standby just waiting for him to mess up. Just shoot him a text real quick. I hope I catch him mid-broadcast.
Does that, like you mentioned there, just go to show the type of person that Tom is, not just as a player, but also then relating to it, what he's doing in the booth, all of these sort of certain checks and making sure that he's perfection. Is that just what you saw from him in that locker room in New England as well?
Yes, day in and day out. Like, he could go out there and have a perfect game, and then we get to practice, and he's the first one on the field. He's trying to get throws in early. He wants to throw as far as he can, hard as he can. Just a hard-working guy. And you kind of see that, and you're like, you know what? I want to be great just like him. And so then that kind of gets into you, and you start picking up a routine and, like, just feeding off of him, and you just catch somebody else. And most of the time when that happens, the whole team catches on fire, and we do things like go to the Super Bowl. So sometimes it just takes a little spark, and Tom was the spark a lot of the time.
Final question from me. This weekend, Eagles versus the Chiefs. Got to get a prediction. How's the game playing out?
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. And not because I think the defenses are bad, just because they have so many weapons on both sides, and you can't cover everybody on every play. So I think the game is going to be like 40-something to 40-something. And it's going to come down to the last minute 15 seconds. And whoever's running back isn't tired, that's who's going to win.
Well, we're hoping for a cracker. We're going to hear it live on talkSPORT on Sunday evening. Brandon, thank you so much for joining us. All the best for this week and going forward as well. Good to catch up.
Yes, sir. Good to catch up. Thanks.